football to this point in the red zone, but now you can't go backwards. You've got to be able to get rid of the football if it's not there, and that was a terrible play giving up the sack.
Second down now after the sack. Jones to throw. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again. They're bringing the chop, they're bringing the noise on third down at the dope. Now we get a timeout taken by the Seminoles. That's their first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. And we might as well state the obvious. First and second down didn't work out. Third and very long. Delayed handoff. It's Montgomery. They make the tackle, and it's short of the marker. It'll be fourth down. They'll play it safe and try for 3. This whole play is going to see if this kicker can operate in the sea of noise. Absolutely center cut. That'll bring him to within 4.
And 3 more on the board, and this kicker is starting to get a reputation starting off the season. Hasn't missed yet. Nice to have a guy that you can really, really depend on.
He'll be stopped just short of the 25-yard line. They'll mark it at the 24, and good work by the coverage unit. The Seminoles offense comes out ready to get this drive started. They stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. Snaps it, they'll throw to start the drive. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. This rivalry only dates back to the late 50s, but what it might lack in long-term history, it more than makes up for in disdain, guys.
And historically, this game really has meant a lot. You go back to the 90s, this was basically a de facto national championship game before the championship game. Remember, they played twice back in 1996, the year Danny Werfel won the Heisman Trophy, so this game always means a lot.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
Takes a hit as he fires. Active hands from the defense forcing that incomplete pass.
And that's a play on third down. This offense just has to do a better job protecting their quarterback, give them a split second more time to complete that throw, but they couldn't do it there.
Looking for room. And they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They'll start on the ground with Jaden Ball. Tackled after a short gain. It'll be 2nd and 9.
And you want to run the football. I mean, that's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Might as well run him again. Runs through a tackle. Defense there to stop him after a 2-yard gain to the 31.
And what a great job by the defense here. First down, second down, 2 straight runs. They stuffed both. And that was a big key for them coming into this game. They want to set up third and long situations. And now those edge rushers can pin their ears back to get after the quarterback. They can mix up and disguise their coverages on the back end, hoping to create negative plays and takeaways.
Looking left. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
Making sure there's no return on that one as the punt sails out of bounds. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Working the ground game. Enough to move the chains. Running wide open down the gut of the field. Touchdown, Florida State. Rolled into the end zone, and this crowd was eating it up. This defense not only searching for answers, they're still searching for that running back.
And searching for angles. My goodness, this dude, he runs so fast, he erases angles. People trying to catch him, they didn't realize how much burners he had. He kicked it in gear, and there was no getting him.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Mays. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. Here comes the Gators offense, ready to go on the attack. A rather unproductive series last time, 3 and out, and they'll try to do better this time around. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Jones wants to throw it. Look out! Right side, it's ball. There he goes! They corral him out of bounds. Mark it down at the 38, and this offense might have something going.
Well, they're going to try to get this guy the football as many ways as they can. You're going to see it, obviously, in the running game, but here doing a nice job in the pass game, too. Leaking him out of the backfield, working the right side of the field. That's a nice game by the offense.
And the defense finally able to corral him at the 45. That will move the chains.
It must be nice for this quarterback knowing he's got this type of athlete playing the tight end position that can work the middle of the field for him. He's a guy who can stretch it vertically as well, but this is a guy the QB will look for early and often in this game.
Incomplete. What a fight for that one in midair, but neither guy could come down with it.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Driven back.
Man, oh man, am I upset at my offensive line to give up penetration that fast? Man, we blinked and missed it.
Hey, he barely got the ball. He just got destroyed immediately. What a great play. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Out wide right, it's Mays. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line warp speed for 2nd down. Run inside. It's Pryor. He'll be brought down inside the 10-yard line at the 9. They'll rush to the line. Clock stopped for the 1st down. They'll set the chains and wind the clock. Backs looking for the goal line. Touchdown Gators! And they take it in for 6 more points.
That's exactly what this offense needed to do. You talk about answering at the right time, right before the half, close this gap, create some momentum, go into the half, put something together, try to come out with your hair on fire and win this second half.
On the return, it's Singleton. Gets it across the 20 to the 21, and not quite what he would have picked up just taking the touchback. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. Looking downfield, it's Daniels. Time to take a shot. And that one falls incomplete. They tried to go over the top on 1st down. 2nd down coming up.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
They're all over him, and down he goes. The Gators are going to call their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half.
Finally, a defense. Looks like they're able to break serve here. These offenses have been up and down the field now, these last 2 drives apiece, scoring points. But the sack right there finally puts an end to that, we think. It's setting up 4th down, and that might be a major play so far in this game to give them a lot of momentum moving forward.
They'll stop him at the 24, and that brings up fourth down. Clock is stopped. Florida has called a timeout at second. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Punt is on its way. Hauls it in at the 25. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Snap on first down, wants to throw. Pass is incomplete. The clock is down to 9.
Well, it was a good throw. It was a good route, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Jones to throw. He's looking deep. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
Yeah, and I love taking deep shots. I think it makes quarterbacks play honest, safeties play honest, and you could tell just missed a little bit deep on that shot. But listen, those are shots that we want to take because the risk is definitely worth the reward.
He's on his way. He's got to make it to the end zone. They finally make the stop. That's going to make those halftime stats look a little bit nicer as we head to the break. As the Gators head for the locker room by the watchful eye, that bull Gator head. Let's check in with Kevin Connors at the half.
A lot of scoreboard watching today, fellas, but fear not, Week 13, we've got you covered here on the College Football Update Show. We begin with the Texas A&M Aggies taking on the number 11 team, the Texas Longhorns.
The Gators sending the offense back to work. Tight game as we start the third quarter, and we'll see what type of adjustments they made at halftime.
And getting the ball first here, I think, is such a big deal.
Into the secondary on the right. Electrifying play, and man, are they set up now at the 32-yard line. The Gators in the hurry up. Drops back on first down. Bought a little time, lets it go. Oh, he makes the play, it's intercepted. Breaks into the open.
Hey, guys, I tell you what, man, they wanted to have, they were ready to rock and roll to start this second half. They put a nice drive together, and then it's just about managing the game, right? Don't take points off the scoreboard. I start to get an area where I'm in field goal range. I'm getting ready to score a touchdown. Be smart with the football. He gets just a little greedy, and the defense makes him pay.
Nice route there by the tight end, making it real easy for his quarterback to find an easy completion.
They got 3 on the last pass. Here comes 2nd and 7. They want to run it left here. He'll be brought down quickly after a very short gain.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Quarterback signaling to his guys. Sets his feet. It's Daniels. Rushes on. They get to him as he throws. And a nice grab there. Big pickup down to the 35-yard line.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the first down.
Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down. Clock ticks across the 4-minute mark here in the third. Wants to go up top on 2nd down. Gets rid of it. Right side, it's Riles. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down.
When you can run routes like this big guy, you can line him up in the slot. You can give him some extra space to work and just let him find the open holes over the middle of the field. It's a good idea to line him up in different spots to help him out, but he's a big...
Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
Now, that was a blitz from the middle linebacker. That's one the offensive line should have picked up, regardless of what the pass protection was. Sliding or going base man-to-man or fanning out, you generally always account for...
It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his second of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
They'll start on the ground with Jaden Ball. Stuffed almost in his tracks, but strong enough to pick up one to the 35.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Out wide right, it's Pryor. Still on his feet at the 45. They'll ride him out of bounds after the good pickup spotted at the 25-yard line. The Gators moving quickly to the line.
And this four vertical play is something that every offense in the country has in their playbook, but they don't all run it as good as this offense does. Really nice job making the play call, but when you've got athletes like this and a quarterback that can fit the football into small windows, good things generally happen. That is tremendous execution on that pass play.
And I just think he put too much zip on the ball. I mean, he threw that thing hard, but led him a little bit too much, and the receiver really didn't have a chance to make a play.
Handoff for Ball. And he's tackled, stopped at the 14. They'll move the chains. They've got a first down in the red zone. Ball again. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Handoff, Jaden running left. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run.
Well, this guy's been an animal all game long. He's had tons of success running the football. The defense had to do something to stop him. Give the D-line and that front seven tons of credit for being really physical there, getting the TFL.
Jones wants to throw it. Into the end zone. Throw to the end zone. Picked off. Down in the end zone. The big play there, and the defense gets to stop.
And that's another mistake for this young man. It's one thing to have one or two and miss a throw here or there, but he continues to put the ball in harm's way, continues to give it to the other team, and set his defense up in a bad position. That's 6 picks in 2 games.
They think there's room to run to the right here. All over him immediately.
And this team needs more of that, man. This is a really close football game, and you got to get these stops down the stretch and meet the physical challenge of this offense, and they do right there, man. And that's one step closer to getting this football back and maybe making this thing a football game.
Second down to the air. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
Man, that's 2 really good plays in a row by this defense. Nice job, man, getting tackles for losses, getting sacks. It makes it easy to play defense. And you know what else does? Forcing a 3rd and long where you know they got to throw the football like they got right here.
Here comes the heat. They got him. Great pressure by this defense. Neither of these teams cracking the top 25 as we are in the final week of the season. Let's take a look at where things stand right now. Here comes the 4th. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. And the Seminoles will call on their punt team. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Trying to make one miss. And there he goes. Touchdown, Florida! And with that, they move out front here in the 4th. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. So the offense, more than happy with the result of the play, will decline the penalty.
Number 38 sets a kickoff.
On the run from inside his own 5. He gets across the 20 and out to the 21-yard line before he's stopped right there. Keeping it on the ground with the single back. Keeps it moving for a 3-yard gain to the 24.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Out wide left, it's Riles. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker. You know, David, this is really what game managing is. Nice pickup on second down to help them on the next play.
Yeah, and I think people look at that negative sometimes, finding a quarterback that's a game manager. No, use your brain. Set up good situations. I'm way more successful when I can keep those sticks at a more manageable situation, and I'm not as predictable on a third down.
Fires quickly. Breaks a tackle, and he might go. Solid work and execution there. They'll have a first down as they mark it at the 40.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
Unloads in the nick of time.
Man, the defense smells blood in the water. You can tell. They are getting to this quarterback over and over and over. They've already sacked him a couple times. They're just winning up front. They almost got another sack on that last play.
A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on second down. Quick give. A 5-yard pickup there leaves them with third down and 5.
Man, it's nice when you can depend on your big boys up front to make a lane, and you get 5 or 6 yards. You get 5 or 6 yards a pop. You move the ball down the field easily, and more importantly, can get this defense to be more aggressive, to bring DBs close to the line of scrimmage, and then that might open up some big plays down the field.
The give to the back. Oh, he's got some space. That'll be enough for the first down as they stop him at the 43-yard line.
Well, I think this running back has proved in this game here tonight that he can be counted on and relied on, right? In a big moment right here, late in the game when they need to run the ball to ice this thing, he's able to deliver.
To the air, it's Daniels. Now moving to his right, looking for anyone that's open.
This quarterback has got a ton of speed, and it doesn't just help him running the football, but it helps him in the passing game too. You just saw right there how he was able to use that speed and athleticism to buy himself time to at least give him an opportunity.
He'll try it again on 2nd and 10. Still looking. He felt the heat trying to get away, but down he goes. He'll lose a yard or two.
And this has been the story of the night. The offensive line getting beat up, and this is why this team is losing. You got to protect your quarterback. This defense has had a field day with their 5th sack of the game.
Changing the routes with his receivers. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. He's not quite going to make it to the marker. They'll spot it at the 37, and now a decision on 4th down.
Well, the sack on the last play obviously put them behind the chains. He's doing everything he can on this scramble to try and go and get the first down, but got to give the defense tons of credit. Not only do you get the sack the previous play, but you're able to chase down a pretty athletic guy and now set up 4th.
Trailing by a possession, they need to keep the ball. They'll try to convert on 4th down. Snapped it, and he has to have it. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game.
And that's such a good job by this defense. This offense is trying to find a spark, trying to get back in this football game. They're trying to be aggressive. The defense answers, and now you've put your offense in a beautiful position to go out, execute a really good drive, and put a little distance between the other squad.
Like Holly told us, this crowd is not going to fade away, and they're rising up now. They'll start on the ground with Jaden Ball. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43. And the Gators in a good spot here with second and short. Here's Jaden one more time. Brought down at the 48 after a gain of 5.
Man, it's so nice to have a guy that you can depend on. Like, this offense is built around him for a reason. Just a good running back. You can see, gets north-south, doesn't dance, picks up positive yards, breaks tackles. He's just a really good player, and that's why this offense runs through it.
Here's a give to Ball. And he got 5 yards on the play, 2nd and 5 coming. Now we get a timeout taken by the Seminoles. That's their first. And now what will they come up with on this second down play? No reason to do anything here except keep it on the ground on 2nd and 5. The give and tick, 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 tick. Got the first down, turning it on. He'll get that one all the way down to the 4-yard line before he stopped. And as they come to the line, they have the lead and they have the clock on their side. 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling.
And I'm good with it. I like what the offense is doing. Be physical. I don't need to get pass happy down here on 1st and goal. Nice job believing in my running game, and maybe I stick to it for another play or two.
They've got it down to the 3. Now it's 2nd and goal. Running play to the left, looking for the end zone here. He just carries it face long into a brick wall and has nothing to show for it again. Timeout is called by the defense. A mere 21 seconds to go here. On 3rd and goal, you can't hear yourself thinking here. They're trying to slam it in. And he gets it into the end zone for a touchdown, a gut punch to this defense, and probably a knockout punch.
Well, they get the touchdown when they needed it most. That score now makes it a 2-possession game, and guys, with just seconds to go on the game clock, this thing is all but over.
Florida State, 21.
He'll bring it out. It's Singleton. They drag him down at the 22. He gambled for the big return out of the end zone and came up a little short. First play of the drive comes from the 22. It's a draw. Brought down at the 33, but not before he gets 10. With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. Might as well give it to him again. Hit and stopped right there. Not much on that pickup. It can get a little heated, and it did in this Sunshine State showdown, but it couldn't stop the boys from old Florida from stealing the headlines in this one. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis saying goodbye, everybody.